While we were away, Tony Stewart passed Matt Kenseth for 8th place, and Ricky Rudd has also passed him for 9th. Clint Boyer and Dale Jr. get together just a bit as they race for 6th.
And Mike, I'm looking at the scoring monitor. The first 6 cars are running 93, 95, 95, 87, 98, all within a few hundreds of each other.
But that's going to change, I think, for our leader Jimmie Johnson in the 48 car. About 25 laps since that last restart. He's starting to catch the back of the pack right now, catching that lap traffic, and not too far in front of him. There is a ton of cars trying to desperately stay on the lead lap or just 1 lap down.
Jimmy's car has not been an inch off of that yellow line all day long. That thing rolls right around that curve just like it's hooked to it.
The fastest cars on the track last lap, Jeff Gordon and Ricky Rudd. As Rudd continues to improve, he's currently 9th in the Snickers score.
And I looked at the car a while ago. I don't think there's a mark on that 88 car. And Darrell and I were talking during break. I guarantee you he's probably not had any brake issues whatsoever as Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues his march to the front. This is a battle for 5th with J.J. Yaley in the 18 car. Right now, though, Dale Earnhardt Jr. about 5.5 seconds behind leader Jimmie Johnson with 90 to go.
But what a turnaround for Yaley. What a great turnaround this season. He had some strong runs in open wheel cars in the offseason, came in here with a renewed focus and attitude, and the Joe Gibbs team solidly behind him. And he has had a strong early season.
And you know, I was a little concerned because we interviewed him at Daytona, and Darrell and I looked at each other. He said, I'm going to start driving harder. And we went, uh-oh, I think he's driving smarter.
Well, I do too, and I think he's one of those ones. Remember earlier in the show we talked about sports psychologists and people that were getting in your head and helping you get positive thoughts. I think he's one of those guys that's taking advantage of that.
Yaley is 12th in points at the moment. Last year led the league in crashed cars.
So I tried to get a sports psychologist for Hammond, but I couldn't find anybody to take the job.
Jamie McMurray, the 26, goes by his teammates Matt Kenseth in the 17. Matt continues to slide backwards. They worked some strategy and got some track position, but obviously I'm sure Matt Kenseth will be glad to get this 500 lapper over, or this weekend over. Actually loses 2 positions also to Jeff Burton in the 31, the orange car there.
There's the gap from Johnson to Kyle Busch, 1st to 2nd.
Yeah, and you know what? I just believe Jimmie Johnson's on cruise control right now. I think he's just letting that 5 stay close.
How about this battle? Clint Boyer and Tony Stewart. 7th place here. Now Stewart had, you see chunks of rubber flying, but Stewart had little trouble catching Boyer, but catching is one thing, passing is another.
Well, Boyer's had a solid run all day. The only thing I've noticed that car do every now and then up off the corner, it'll absolutely turn sideways with him.
You see it walked up the racetrack right there, getting into turn 3 that time. He's going to lose a spot to Stewart in the 20.
So Tony climbs to 7th.
You know what happened there? Let me tell you what happened there. When you look in the rearview mirror, that's what happens. This is what he saw, and this is what he does. Whoops. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
This place is such a hit-your-mark, line-sensitive racetrack getting in the corner.
That's why you always run into the back of people. If you can get them looking back at you, you can drive right by them.
83 laps to go. Jimmie Johnson in front of Kyle Busch by 0.8 of a second. Denny Hamlin, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr. trying to close it in. Welcome back to Martinsville, Virginia. 42 laps to go. Jeff Gordon has caught his teammate Jimmie Johnson. Johnson trying to be the first driver to win consecutive races at Martinsville since Gordon did it, winning both races of 2005.
What do you think Jeff Gordon is? Well, I know what he's thinking. Didn't we help those guys a lot?
Here I am looking at the rear bumper.
Didn't we do a lot for those guys yesterday?
And Mike, we had Jeff Gordon on our trackside show on Friday night, and you know, obviously he's doing a lot of big picture racing right now as the points leader. But just remember, if he can get in front of Jimmie Johnson in that 48 car, it's 20 more points to him making the chase. 10 for just finishing first over second. But for every win a driver gets in the first 26 races, it's 10 bonus points added to your total.
Boy, he had Jimmie looking. Jimmie thought Jimmie opened up the inside because Jeff kind of looked to the inside going down the back. So he's got Jimmie looking. It won't be long now.
You know what they're going to be looking at here pretty soon, though, in about 2 or 3 laps? The back of the field. So we got a battle right there for 5th place between Kyle Busch in the 5, Tony Stewart in the 20. But our leaders are about to get in heavy, heavy traffic.
That's 2 Tigers going there. Both of them named Tony.
Tony Stewart had a little trouble getting past Sterling Marlin, and Kyle Busch took advantage of the inside being open and worked his way past Stewart for 6th, or 5th rather.
While this is all going on, we need to mention Kevin Harvick back out on the racetrack. So here with 38 laps to go, all 43 cars still on the track.
New fuel pump, new foam, new foam in the door.
Now the Hendrick teams can all talk. The drivers do have a channel. They can talk to one another, and they can also all talk to their boss, car owner Rick Hendrick. Spin, Yaley in the wall, turn 1, and the caution is out. And a fine race by J.J. Yaley is going to end at least 1 lap down.
It's funny how we had the 38, the 1, the 18, all at once, and it sounds like a brake-related issue of some kind. He said it wouldn't turn, like a brake issue. Very similar to what we heard out of Jeff Gordon earlier in the race. Oh, that.
Whoa.
Not sure about,
right around on him.
Looks like it might have locked up the brakes, possibly.
Johnson, Gordon, Hamlin, Earnhardt, Busch. 18 laps to go.
Boy, Denny Hamlin in that 11, he got a great restart. He stayed right on the rear bumper of that 24 car. They're trying to clear this lap traffic. The 2 Evernham cars, Sadler and Casey Kane, the 19 and the 9.
Kyle Busch gets under Dale Jr., but there's nowhere to go. He bumps Jr. aside. I guess there's a place to go now.
Yeah, he's got the preferred line down into 1. Junior's going to try him on the outside, hoping he gets hung up behind the 9, but the 9's going to move off in front there, and Kyle Busch moves away, looks to the inside.
Another bold move.
Got that line down low, makes that pass.
A man on a mission right now. Finally, Jeff Gordon clears the lap car of Elliott Sadler in the 19.
Kyle Busch made 2 really bold moves, and for the moment they have paid off.
You got to go, boys. I mean, you know, we're inside of 10 laps or 15 laps to go. Can't be held up here.
There was the first one inside Dale Jr. A little bump and run.
Got up on the curb ever so slightly, but that's all fair in love and racing.
Boy, Jr. had to grab a big handful of wheel to hold on to his car after that bump. Jeff said earlier his car is better on long runs. He's got 12 laps to find out how good it can be.
You can see it. He really gets into the corner much better than Jimmie. Drives it off in there hard, really closes right there. Then Jimmie gets a good run off.
And that's been the case for about the last 50 or 75 laps. Jimmie especially gets off turn 2, I think, better than the 24 car. Right here, that's where he seems to stretch it out just a little bit. Jeff got a pretty good run that time, actually.
10 to go this time. Nice and smooth here.
Scott Riggs just gave McMurray a bump as they battled for 8th place. A little further back. Going to try it again.
Riggs is a little bit better than McMurray, and he wants that spot.
Boys, Jeff Gordon, that 24 with 10 to go. He's pulled right up to the rear bumper of his teammate.
And the 48 jumped a little loose there up on the straightaway off of 2. Gives Jeff another look here. I think Jeff's going to have to possibly give him a little bump to get him up off the bottom. No, you know what? Jimmie saw him there. Jimmie gave him the bottom.
But as we've been saying, he gets to run off the corner a lot better than 24 car, especially about a half a lane off the bottom.
Good forward bite, good acceleration. Ooh, there's a little tap. Seems like down here getting in, he's going to give him the kind of dime in the corner. Didn't work for him that time, lost a little ground.
I think, Darrell, to pass Jimmie Johnson, Gordon is going to have to move him out of the way.
I think you're right. He's going to have to give him a little bit of a bump to get him wiggling and get him up out of the bottom.
7 to go this time.
Riggs did complete the pass on McMurray. That was for 8th place.
This could be it right there, right there.
He's got to get to him, though.
Yeah, well, those are little bumps that are just aggravating Jimmie and really trying to break his concentration.
Fairly clean racetrack in front of them. One car up there, David Rudiman. 6 to go this time.
It's going to take something from Jeff Gordon to move Jimmie Johnson out of the way, because Jimmie, I don't believe, is going to make that mistake.
Jeff took a little different line that time in 1 and 2. Came in high to the late apex.
He's diamond in the corner. He's trying to get a nose under Jimmie, because Jimmie is so good on the very bottom. I think Jeff knows he's got to get a nose up under him to get him out of there.
There you see the two head coaches, the two crew chiefs, Steve Letard on the left, Chad Knaus on the right.
Whoa,
they
boy.
know there's not another thing they can do now.
Jimmie made a good 1 and 2 that time. Got a car length on Jeff down the back. Jeff closes back in hard, getting in the corner. Again, he's trying to do that diamond thing, get the thing up the hill just a little bit, get nice momentum off. This is it. He's going to go for it right here.
He'll look to the inside, going into turn 1, 4 to go.
He's got room.
See what happens here, though. On the exit, the 48 gets that good run. He'll win the drag race back down the backstretch.
If that was anybody else, Jeff Gordon would have come up right there. But
there it is, bump, bump. I think he's going to do it this time. He lost his momentum, though.
No, Jimmie Johnson come down on him. He said, "You're not going to bump me out of the way. I'm your teammate."
3 to go. Teammates battling for the win and the clock and the bonus points at Martinsville.
I tell you what Jeff Gordon's going to do. He's going to do that same move coming to get the white flag.
Jeff Gordon says on the radio, he's giving me no choice.
And he isn't. Jimmie's doing everything he can to keep him back there. Jeff's going to have to move him if he wants to win this race. Don't wreck him, just move him.
It'll be the white flag when they come back to the line.
I believe if he's got anything for him, we'll see it off of turn 4.
Right, he can't get to him in turn 2, Darrell. White flag, but no surrender.
One more good one here, bud.
It's the last lap.
This is it. He's going to look under him there. Jimmie got a little bit off. He had to get out of the gas a little bit.
The head should be ready for him.
Here we go. He's going to move
Here it
him.
comes.
He's going to move him. He's going to move him.
Here
Goes
comes
to the
Gordon.
inside.
He's got the inside. They touch once, twice. Drag race. Jimmie Johnson.
Whoa, by a fender.
Gentleman Jim. He held him off. Nice job, Jimmie.
What a race by teammates.
That was fantastic. I bet Jeff Gordon isn't terribly happy either.
It's one we've been waiting for 5 years right there. Awesome. That was my year. I just beat there.
Jeff Gordon gave it his all. And came up a fender short. We'll go to victory lane after this. Welcome back to Martinsville Speedway, where the clock chimes for number 48.
Oh, what a great day. And what a great race by this crowd. A great day for Hendrick Motorsports.
I want to give a call to our two rookies, David Reagan, Juan Pablo Montoya. Finished up there in the top 16, ran all 500 laps of this race.
What a great side-by-side finish as Hendrick Motorsports wins its 7th of the last 9 Martinsville races. Steve Burns is in victory lane.
And Mike, Jimmie Johnson climbs out of the race car, his 26th NASCAR Nextel Cup victory. Jimmie, you led the last 113 laps. What did it mean to you to outduel Jeff Gordon, the guy that told Rick Hendrick to give you a shot?
I'm speechless for that. I mean, I've looked up to him my whole career before I even was back here racing. Looked up to him and knew how good he was at Martinsville and just wanted to be on the same page with him here. And have a duel like that at the end, that was probably the hardest driving I've ever done. And then to have my bumper beat off by my teammate and in a way that didn't jeopardize either one of us was really a class act by Jeff, and just great preparation from this race team to give us 2 cars to go out there and fight for the win like this.
Official margin of victory 0.19 seconds. It was that close, and we know that Jimmie Johnson did hold off his teammate Jeff Gordon. As you check out the standings, Jeff Gordon remains the point standings overall. We head to the Easter break and then Texas in 2 weeks. Jeff Gordon, your points leader, followed by Jeff Burton and Jimmie Johnson up to 3rd. Remember, Mark Martin didn't race in this race. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. He was the points leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. up to 11th after flirting with a possible victory here.
Well, right now, Chris, all I can say is you look at the rest of the points run down as far as when we go to Texas right now, the guys will be going from the COT car back to the car they've been running with all year long. You want to call it yesterday's car, that's what they have in Texas. It'll be fast at Texas. They'll be back to coil binding. Totally different package when we get to Texas.
Talk about who has the car tomorrow figured out. Well, Hendrick Motorsports has won the 2 races with Kyle Busch. And just to confirm, as you heard Jeff Gordon refer, it was actually Hendrick 1, 2, and 4. Denny Hamlin winding up 3rd. for Joe Gibbs Racing. But Hendrick Motorsports, they won the last 3 races, 2 by Johnson and, of course, Kyle Busch. And tomorrow would have been the 27-year-old birthday of Ricky Hendrick, Rick Hendrick's son, who, remember, died in a plane crash here in Virginia back in October of 2004 on his way coming